What's up, guys? It's Rocker Racing, and I'm being joined by.
Or was there?
So, welcome to the first edition of the R Wiser Square Show.
The R Weiser
Start.
squared show? Or is it the R squared? Is it R
It's the
squared?
R Wiser. I mean, it's the R Square Debate Show. Excuse us. This is our
Alright.
first episode. um.
It's not
Well,
that.
every other episode we talk about NFL and then NASCAR. So we have a ton of content to get through, and let's get going. So, guys, the first topic is all the games we've had this weekend so far. We've had the Bills and the Texans. The Bills should have won that, I believe,
The
but
Bills,
they.
the Bills, honestly, how they started playing in the second half,
Yeah,
the first half it looked like they deserved to win it, but the second
and
half it did
the
not look like they deserved.
Texans made it look like it was too easy.
They couldn't stop J.J. Watt. They couldn't.
Yeah, no, no, no. And then last night, Titans Patriots best game because I guarantee you 99.9% of the nation was happy when they found out the Titans won the game.
Except for Massachusetts.
Yeah, every other state was happy. But yeah, they lost. The Titans beat them. They got up, and then when the Patriots tried to come back, Brady threw it. It got deflected, and the former Patriot Logan Ryan brought it back. Pick six that won
Yep.
the game. Then on the last play, they tried to do a flea flicker, in which they almost lost another touchdown. That would have been bad.
Yeah.
Lose by over 10 points, and
That
possibly that could have been Brady's last game here
I
at home.
honest it should be Brady's last game, but I think they're gonna he's gonna try to continue to play. He's gonna
I think he's gonna keep playing, but like some other team will out deal the Patriots, and like he goes to like play for the Browns or something.
that's not gonna happen. No, there he's not. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you if he does not retire this season, he's staying with the Patriots for the rest of
No,
his career.
no,
That
he's
is
not.
his team. The
Nah,
Patriots are his team. He
and he has
cannot do
no
any.
problems leaving it behind.
He cannot do anything else. He cannot do anything besides with his Patriots team. He can't do anything else. If you were to go plop him like on the Raiders, he would get he would get utterly destroyed because you've never seen a head coach quarterback duo like Tom Brady and Bill Belichick ever.
Well, there,
I
well,
hate saying that, but you'll not find another one. Maybe besides uh
it was the Chad Canals, Jimmy
Lombardi
Johnson
and
thing in
Brett
NASCAR.
Hartstar. What?
There was in NASCAR the Jimmy Johnson and Chad Canals thing that went for 15 years until this year they got broken up.
Hmm.
And Johnson went through two crew chiefs and didn't make the playoffs, so
Yeah.
that didn't go so good. Uh,
Uh,
anyways, and
no,
then
if you were to ask me about the Bills Texans game, Deshaun Watson really came through on that second half.
yeah, he did. If you and moving on to the early first game today, when this goes up, we'll be on the second game. The second game will probably be over, but he's check us next. But anyways, the second game will have been over, but we're recording this while the Eagles game's still going on, and Beast Mode just scored like 10 minutes ago, so I guess
Yeah.
that's how you know
All
where we
right.
were. And anyways,
All
earlier
right.
Vikings beat the
Real
Saints
quick,
in OT.
breaking news. So now a lot of people saw this coming, but it is official today. Three NFL networks, Ian Rappaport reported that the Cowboys officially fired Jason Garrett. Garrett.
Jared.
There we go. Though, so I've heard
Let me,
they interview Mike McCarthy. Honestly,
and they also
but
interviewed the Bengals old coach Marvin Lewis. I
now
saw that.
the thing is that teams, teams like the Jets, they hired.
Adam Gase, who is a
Yes,
Dolphins head coach.
he was the Dolphins head coach, and
They almost went to the
these
playoffs, I
special
believe.
guests on this football talk show, I cannot remember exactly what, we're saying why not go and sign with Mike McCarthy. Now, I personally never Mike McCarthy. He was good for the first like few years. Then, I mean, he was becoming predictable.
for the Packers, and then
And I don't think he
yeah,
would fit well with because Aaron Rodgers, he
yeah,
if he will stay in the pocket if he needs to, but he will get outside the pocket and run around. I don't think he would fit well with the Dak Prescott Ezekiel Elliott thing.
yeah. You do have a good point. But anyways, man, anyways. Who do you think's gonna win? Never mind. I'm not even gonna ask that question because the game's gonna be over. There's no point in
Yeah.
asking.
Honestly,
So, okay, here's.
I just want to put this out there. My prediction is that the Eagles will come from behind and win the game. They went into the wild card. They were in the listen, hear me out. They were in the wild card the year they went to the Super Bowl and won it all. If
Hear me
they
out.
can come
The
back,
Seahawks.
if they can come back and beat the Seahawks, they have a chance to go to the NFC Championship. Not the NFC Championship. Go to the NFC Divisional round and lose to my guys, Green Bay Packers.
Oh, you wish.
Yeah, I see you. Yeah.
Anyway, hear me
Hey,
out
at
on
least
this.
we weren't 3-13 like some Redskins.
2 of the 3 games that have been played this in the wild card so far, it'll be 4 when we post this. But right now, 2 out of the 3 games have been upsets. The Bills were worse overall than the Texans. Texans won their division. The Bills were the wild cards. Titans, they were the 6 seed. And they beat the 3 seed, the Patriots. And then today, the Saints losing to the Vikings off. And the touchdown, you'll have to. We're not going to play it, but you'll have to look at it. Our family thought there was a pushback, like pushing him out the way to make the catch. But they didn't review it, so.
Let me guess. Stephon Diggs made the catch,
Nope.
didn't he?
It was Kyle Rudolph. They threw him a fade.
Alright, it was a joke.
Threw him a fade in the back of the end zone. Oh, you thought we were gonna have Minneapolis Magic Part 2.
It was
Featured in the Superdome.
Miracle.
It was Minneapolis Miracle
No,
Part 2 on the road. No, it was Minneapolis Miracle Part 2 on the road.
I didn't think that, so honestly, going into that game, I didn't think the Vikings had what it took to beat the Saints just because how consistent the Saints have been. But
I agree with
the
you.
Saints have had a little struggle in the playoffs, if you didn't notice. Well, so first of all, first time they got beat by the Minneapolis Miracle whenever Case Keenum and the Vikings. Honestly, they should have kept
Okay,
Keenum.
I'm calling Joe Buck. It is caught. Diggs, sideline, touchdown, unbelievable, Vikings win it.
Now, honestly, the Saints could have stopped that play and won the game if their safety had not tried to dive at Stephon Diggs. If you watch the replay, he dives at Stephon Diggs.
But still, the Seahawks.
And then they went and
the Vikings still would have won because Diggs would have been called out of bounds, and then they could have kicked a field goal. So either way, they probably would have won.
All right. Fair point. But I didn't think Kirk Cousins.
Get this to me.
Now you might not like hearing this, but I didn't think Kirk Cousins had what it took to beat the Saints with their D line. Now I do understand that it's the Vikings defense.
Cousins came down a few times, but after the game, he did. You may not remember this, but Kirk Cousins did the "you like that" after they came back on the Bucs. He did the same thing in the locker room. You like that? You like that?
Hey, I don't know if you've seen it, but the Packers, when we beat the Redskins, they actually went into the locker room doing that. You like that? You like that?
5 years ago.
That was this year.
Yeah, 5 years ago, buddy. That's the last time they beat us.
No.
They beat us this year, but that didn't count because we should have won the Super Bowl last year had Alex Smith not broken his leg in the middle of the year. Let's all be honest. Let's all be honest. They would have made a deep playoff run had they not lost. They would have won the division. Nope. They probably would have had a first round bye.
Nope.
They could have gone to the conference. You just say that because you're mad that year the Redskins put it on the Packers and made them look bad.
Nope. All right. Anyway, back to topic.
I have a trivia for you. How many games in the NFL have gone to double overtime?
How many games in the NFL?
Sorry for bad quality with him, by the way. How many games?
They never.
There has been more than. I'll give you a hint. There's been more than 5.
More than 5. I want to say there's been 7 double overtimes. I didn't know
7
that.
or 8. I looked it up. It was 7 or 8. But
I never
the
knew
most
that they
recent one
did double
came
overtimes
in the playoffs.
in the playoffs.
But the most recent was in 2013. Broncos Ravens went to overtime, double overtime, and the Ravens won it on Jacoby Jones, the man who has the longest kick return touchdown in the NFL, or tied. I don't know. But
Now
it's okay, guys. It's about to get big debate time because we're about to talk about who's going to the Super Bowl. We both know it's going to be the Ravens who go for the AFC. We both
all
know.
right, let's talk AFC first, and we'll get to the NFC.
I think Ravens. I've already got the Ravens because I like Lamar Jackson. Even though he hasn't had a bad game, I feel like if he has it, it's going to be next week. But then Mark Ingram's going to step up on the running game and do it for the Ravens. And then Lamar Jackson gets back into it, leads them to the Super Bowl.
See, my only problem with the Ravens is that last year their performance against the LA Chargers was terrible. They looked so good going into the postseason after they benched Joe Flacco. They looked so good, but Lamar Jackson got into the playoffs and they just crumbled, fell apart. They could not do anything.
Yeah, maybe because Lamar Jackson had never been there, but now he's been there. It's like
he's
been there, done that.
Well, that's the.
Ryan Tannehill, he never played in the playoffs until this year, and what did he do? He let his team pass the Patriots. I tell you, the Patriots want the tied best team ever in the NFL.
If Mark Ingram can step up, if Lamar Jackson doesn't, who are they playing again? They are playing the Texans?
They play the Titans because the worst seed.
Titans.
The worst seed had to play the first seed.
My only thing is I don't know how they will be I don't know how the Lamar Jackson will put up with the Titans defense, and I don't know how Ryan Tannehill will fare against the Baltimore defense. I think that would be that's going to be a good game to watch.
Yeah, and then the other game is Chiefs-Texans.
Now,
I feel like that's going to be the game that you're not going to want to watch. I feel like that's going to be the game where the Chiefs crush the Texans, and then that's all she wrote. But personally, that's what I think will happen because the Texans, they're not as good as the Chiefs. But then the Titans, after beating the Patriots, I feel like they're better because the Texans, they had to beat a lower seed to go play the Chiefs. But then the Titans, they had to beat arguably one of the best teams in the NFL to go play the Ravens. I feel like they're prepared to go play the Ravens.
Now, I think for the Chiefs, because if you remember earlier in the season, the Bills put up a pretty good game against the Chiefs. My prediction to get to the Super Bowl for the AFC, like it or not, is going to be the Chiefs.
No,
I don't know how Lamar Jackson is going to do in there. Plus, with the recent addition of Chandler Jones, I think that Chiefs defense is looking pretty good. Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, they're gonna blow right past that team. They're gonna blow right past them.
No, that's a no-no. That's a no-no. It's the Ravens. Come on. I feel like we'll determine that. Let's all be honest. More than likely, it's going to be Chiefs-Ravens for this to go to the Super Bowl. Ravens, I feel like it depends on how Mark Ingram does in that game, or the running game, because with how good both defenses are, I feel like it's going to be really hard. It's going to be one of those games like you have to be really good at running the ball because since they have such good defenses, it's going to be like really hard to pass the football because there's going to be such good defense on them. I feel like the running game will depend on who really does the best because if it turns into running the whole time, eventually those teams are going to catch on to it and start adjusting for them to pass more. Then you got to use the run on them. You gotta be able to balance being able to use the pass and the run. You can't be in one spot where you can only run the ball because then the defense catches on to that, or just pass because then the defense catches on to that.
Now, I honestly think for the Ravens, it will be more of can Lamar Jackson step up? Mark Ingram's been there plenty of times. I think he was with the Saints whenever Drew Brees took him and won the Super Bowl. But it's gonna be more of can Lamar Jackson step up, not can Mark Ingram step up because we already know he can go deal that.
I'm just saying, like, can he serve as a really good running game because it's like, can the Chiefs stop him? That's the big question. Which defense can stop the opponent's running game? Because if that running game gets stopped, then that forces a team to pass, which puts them in a bigger hole because they can only pass the ball, and that's only going to get you so far.
I think the Chiefs, they don't have much of the running game, but I don't think that it will come down to a running game because the front four for both teams they're huge. And then you have Chandler Jones possibly coming on the outside, and he's chasing the sack record. He's going to cause some trouble.
Unless Lamar Jackson, because he's like a better version of Russell. He's almost like a better version of Russell Wilson because Wilson, he's let's be honest, the last few years he got pressured a lot. He's not getting pressure as much as he used to get. So he's got more time to turn into like a Tom Brady or something who can sit in the pocket, deliver passes, and not have to run for his life every play. But with Lamar Jackson, he thinks more about
option. He has that option to run
because the offensive line can give him those holes where he can pull it down and go for it. Because Wilson, he's one of those people like he'll run if he needs.
On my thing, on my Skype, right under my camera, it just popped up. Joey Logano is the best. I typed that while you were going to get those headphones before we started recording.
Oh, well. Well, I don't see it, so I don't think it matters.
But let's be honest.
No, he's not.
All right, no, this is NFL. This is NFL. That's another episode.
That's for next week.
Real quick, let's get to the most underrated team. Or wait, we haven't done our NFC Super Bowl prediction. All right, NFC. You have
Seahawks. It's the Seahawks.
I didn't get to speak. Anyway, you had the Vikings take down the Saints. The Saints were a legit Super Bowl contender. Now, I'm not going to be biased here, but if the Seahawks can make it, then the Packers, that's going to be a good one because we all know the Packers-Seahawks rivalry. No, we're not.
We're going to have a few years ago's game. It is called Seattle's going to the Super Bowl. Packers are tied.
You done?
Unbelievable.
All right. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Now, then the Vikings will go play the 49ers. Now, I think the Vikings are most suited to go and play against the 49ers because they've had to play against these big teams. They've been there before, having to play against those big teams down to the wire moments. My Super Bowl prediction for the NFC is going to have to be, it's going to be the Packers
He's biased.
Or it's going to be either the 49ers, Packers, and I'm not going to even say the Seahawks. I don't think they have what it takes.
Dude,
they
have stinking beast mode.
I know they got beast mode back. I know they have Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. But can they really go and play? Now, we don't even know if the Seahawks are going to be in the Super Bowl at the time we're recording this. Or not, have a chance to reach the Super Bowl. The Eagles, you never know about those guys. They come out of nowhere. Thank you. Bye. Oh, he's about to get mad.
I was about to go ranting there, guys.
All right. Yeah.
I just went. That's it. I'm done.
So what do you have?
Oh, breaking news. Carson Wentz will not be back for the rest of the game.
Carson Wentz won't?
Yep,
he's out. Ruled out for the game. Thank you, NFL, for notification.
Seattle was leading 10-3 coming out of the second half, and let me check how long ago that was. That was 7 minutes ago. So
winner plays Packers next week.
Yeah. No.
Go Pack, go.
Oh yeah. Winner does play the Pack because Vikings with the 6th seed, I believe.
Now it would be a different story. Okay, never mind.
If the Saints won the game, then would have been the winner has to play Packers. No. It would have been winner has to play the 49ers because the 49ers are better than the Packers because the 49ers, since they're the one seed, they have to play the worst seed of the two winners, and then the Packers play the best seed of the two winners. So
Now, if you ask me, the 49ers never should have had that number one seed. If you go back and look at the final play of the Seattle 49ers game, you will look and see that ball barely crosses the line, barely crosses the line. All it needs is the tip of it. It crossed the line. The Seattle Seahawks. Now there was a pass interference. There's a clear pass interference call. There or not a. It
I don't know
wasn't
which
called,
game
but
you're
there was a
talking
clear.
about.
It is the Seattle Seahawks. It was the final game of the season. Seattle Seahawks. 49ers game, Sunday Night Football. The 49ers dude might as well have been giving the Seahawks player a hug. He was just sitting here all over.
Wait, what is this, basketball
refs-
or basketball? Okay, let me show you guys. In basketball, you're supposed to stand like this. And like, in my spot, you're like,
Yeah.
so.
We're not playing
Is that
basketball.
what you're supposed to do?
No, that's not how you block in football. Have you watched?
I'm just joking. That's new way to guard wide receiver. You run with them behind them and you keep your hands up.
Honestly, I didn't watch a lot of the 49ers Seahawks game. I caught the tiny bit of it, but I was wanting.
I always have to go
I was wanting to hear more of Richard Sherman causing a ruckus against his former team.
Yeah, he didn't do a good job of that.
Yeah. All right. What's your
Anyways.
Super Bowl pick for the NFC?
Seahawks. I think since it's playoff time, they step up because when they played during the regular season, you didn't know what team you were going to get. You didn't know if you were going to get a team that was good or a team that was going to stink. But I feel like since it's playoff time, Wilson with that experience steps up and makes the Seahawks able to win this game.
Now, all right, you're gonna get mad. Now, with Lynch's age, I don't think once he really gets, if he goes and plays against the Packers or whoever they play against, if they get shut down by the Eagles, I don't think Beast Mode is gonna have the same production he has just because of how much older he is.
I have failed as a football friend. I have failed at life as being a football friend.
I don't think he's gonna have the same production.
You don't know that. I feel like he just scored against the Eagles. The Eagles are a good team. In all honesty,
Are they though?
Yeah, they are.
Are they? Now, if you ask me, the Cowboys, if they would just step up into their full potential, show up every single game, that could be them playing against the Seahawks right now.
And losing.
You just don't like the Cowboys.
Of course, I'm a Redskins fan. I'm supposed to hate the Cowboys. I'm gonna be biased. I don't care. I'm gonna be biased.
I mean, what did you think I thought the Vikings needed to? Now, here's what I wanted to happen.
What? What are you talking about?
I wanted the Vikings to go. All right, so kind of is what I want. I want the Vikings to go beat the 49ers, Packers, Vikings, NFC Championship, head to head. We've seen this twice already this year. Packers over the Vikings, Super Bowl trip. You know what?
The Packers aren't even going to make it to the championship game.
Yeah, if we get the Eagles, I believe we get home field advantage because we are the higher seed.
No matter which team wins, you have the higher seed, so you're going to have home field advantage.
Exactly.
But the only thing, the 49ers
have you ever heard of the Eagles coming into? Didn't we lose to them Thursday Night Football at Lambeau Field?
I think so. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Now my Siri wants to be done.
Who won the Eagles-Packers game?
I'm watching.
Yeah, what was September 26th?
Oh.
What day was September 26th, 2019? Thursday. Yep. Thursday Night Football, and I think we played at home. It was Eagles. I think it was Eagles at Packers.
Oh. Okay. That's good to know. But anyway.
But if the Eagles go play against the
Your voice is messing up again. But okay, we're gonna have to stick with it for the rest of the episode. Okay, okay. So I guess you want to
It's
end
just
it
better
here.
now.
I mean, you want
We
to end
haven't
it?
even. All right, real quick. Most underrated team to go to the Super Bowl and most underrated player on that team.
I think the Titans are the most underrated, and Ryan Tannehill, because the Titans, they
We'll do
were
AFC and
they looked done halfway. AFC, they looked done halfway through the year. They looked like they're done. Mariota sucked.
Honestly, if you ask me, the same way with Dwayne Haskins, they should have never been picked that high. Dwayne Haskins is a second string quarterback. He is not a starting quarterback.
Okay, I will give you that. But anyways, Tannehill got to start. Okay, and what did he do? He put him in the playoffs. That's what he did. He took a team that didn't even look like they had a chance and put them in the playoffs and beat the Patriots. The Patriots, I tell you. The tie for most Super Bowl wins of time. They beat the Patriots.
They beat the Patriots. That was actually the Patriots' first time in the wild card since 2009, and their first loss in the wild card since 2010.
No, it was their first, and this was their first home loss since 2012.
And their first wild card loss since 2010.
Yeah. But anyways, NFC Vikings and Kirk Cousins. Everyone remembers Kirk Cousins from the Redskins because he never had a team. He never had the team Alex Smith got to play with. Let's all be honest.
Alex Smith had a crappy team to play with.
Well, look, they didn't get injured as much as they usually did when Cousins was around. Let's all be honest.
Look, your
look what Alex Smith did with the
wide receivers are late round draft picks.
So, but still,
Alex Smith has a horrible team to play with when or if he comes back.
I'm saying because Smith came in to play the year after Cousins was left. And look what Smith was able to do with the team. They go and they should have gone to the playoffs. And like we said, Alex Smith broke his leg. I want to forget about that because
actually, it was actually shown that it was the same, and it was so close to the injury that Joe Theismann had.
Yeah, and it was the same day too. It was like 30-some years ago Theismann had that happen. Yeah, 30-some years.
All right, guys.
You were talking about that during the podcast.
Lesson, y'all. Never be a Redskins quarterback. If you want to go to the NFL, never be a Redskins quarterback on the same day Joe Theismann and Alex Smith broke their legs. Just tell your coach, hey, coach, I'm not feeling that well. I think I need to sit out or something.
That's at least not going to be for like another 4 or 5 years that it's going to be on the same day. That we play on the same day. Unless like in a few years we play a Thursday night game. But besides that, more than likely. Right. So I guess that'll end it.
Here's my underrated for AFC. All right, most underrated team for the AFC, Texans. They do not get.
They're not underrated. They won their division.
They do not. I know they won their division. I don't think anyone sees them as a legit contender. And their most underrated player on there is Will Fuller. Will Fuller, not Deshaun Watson. We've seen what he can do. It's Will Fuller, the kid. He's an amazing wide receiver. He can put up numbers like DeAndre Hopkins.
D-Hop, he didn't get a catch till the third quarter or so? He didn't get this. At halftime, Josh Allen had more receiving yards than D-Hop had. Because
that's because they shut him down. If you want to stop the Texans, all you need to do is shut down D-Hop and Deshaun Watson. That's what most teams think. But
Deshaun Watson, you don't even have to shut down Watson. They only shut down Hopkins, and look where they were. They were losing by 16 at the half. So you just stop Watson if you can. Stop Watson if you can, but the main focus is stop Hopkins, because that's the start of the big impact. Then when you start stopping Watson, then the whole team starts crumbling.
Now, no, look, if you stop if you stop Hopkins. Now, if you ask me, that game would have been a blowout if Will Fuller was in the game. It would have been a blowout. Texans would have destroyed them. Now, my underrated team for the NFC is, like I've been saying all video, is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
They have
Die, Eagles, die! Do not fly. They die. They don't fly. They die.
Pick up your headphones and listen to me.
They are not flying off to the next round. They are gonna die tonight. They
Pick up
are
your
gonna
headphones.
die. And they're gonna die. Because I
Pick
said
up your headphones. Pick up your headphones. Put them on.
Speaking Josh McCown.
Now, the most underrated player has to be Josh McCown and Boston Scott. I'm at least talking for the viewers. Josh McCown has the chance to do it. Boston Scott, the Redskins have a problem, or the Eagles have a problem.
But Josh stinking McCown.
Nobody thought Nick Foles was gonna step in. Like, this dude, I mean, he didn't have like a winning team like ever. Nobody thought Nick Foles was gonna come in, step up, take his team to the Super Bowl against the Patriots, and win the game easily. Boston Scott. Now, the Eagles have a problem with this every single year. One running back falls. The next running back falls. Now you're down to your third string running back, and then he goes down. Then, now you're on your undrafted, I think he's an undrafted rookie free agent, Boston Scott, who steps in and completely takes control. Now, if you were to tell, now, Kenyon Drake, honestly, if the Cardinals have gotten him sooner, the Cardinals could have had a better chance. Kenyon Drake flipped things around for the offense. Kyler Murray just needs,
I didn't know. No. Okay. Yep. Do you want to end the video now? Because I'm about to get leaving. Okay, well, that's going to do it, guys.
Thanks, guys, for watching. Leave in the comment section down below.
Make sure to leave a like. And we'll see you next.
Well, no, don't end it yet. Leave in the comments down below some questions you want us to debate next time. And,
NASCAR questions, because next week we'll be doing NASCAR, because that's how it goes. We go. Anyways,
thanks for watching.
We'll gladly be doing this weekly, so thank you for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Bye.
All right.